Good evening and welcome to BizTech's Personal Finance Show. Now, we focus on helping you on your financial journey to freedom. Now, today we take a look and demystify the role of the Financial Planning Association, one of the umbrella organizations for financial planning in Malaysia. And to help us do that is our guest today, Linnet Lee. She's the CEO of the Financial Planning Association of Malaysia. Now, Linnet, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you for having me on your show.
Now, Linnet, please give us an overview of the Financial Planning Association of Malaysia and its objectives.
All right. FPAM, short for Financial Planning Association of Malaysia, is a 21-year-old premier financial planning association with global affiliationship with Financial Planning Standards Board. We have 26 other sister organizations in around the world. FPAM has got a key role that is to provide financial planning and to help Malaysians to be better at their personal finances. And to do this, our association has just revamped ourselves so that we can future-proof the association in three manners. We have three pillars now. One pillar is to focus on certification and education so that people who want to become financial planner, they can go and get their education, and this education is recognized worldwide. Next pillar is industry development, because we want the financial planning industry to move forward and be more mature. And last but not least is financial literacy, and this one is to teach, to help more people to become more financially savvy with their own personal finances, so that they have more money to do investments.
Okay, Linnet, I want to ask you about those three pillars, and could you walk us through what are the strategies that you're going to do in order to implement those three pillars?
Well, for one thing, we need to get people to be certified so that they have their competency to be able to help more Malaysians to become savvy with their personal finances. But having done that, that's not just it. That is just competency. For them to be able to practice, they need to take up a license. Now, we have two regulators in Malaysia. The first one is Securities Commission. That one, Securities Commission will give out the financial planning license, whereby a financial planner can do holistic planning for their clients. The second license that they will want to hold will be from Bank Negara Malaysia, and that is a financial advisor representative. What you can do with this license is you can introduce a whole and plan for a whole range of insurance, be it personal or general. So these are the two regulators we work with. We also work with key stakeholders, financial institutions, and boutique financial planning firms as well. Yeah, so we also work with people like you, the media, to get the message across to the public as well.
Now, how does the professional association with a global industry body help you in your task in Malaysia?
Well, for one thing, we are always wanting to be at par with the global community. And as a result of that, we find that the certification standard is high. It is a global standard, and we have global recognition. In other words, if you have the CFP mark, and if you go to the next country that also offer the CFP certification, they will also recognize your certification. You probably need to do one or two papers because estate planning and taxation is different in different countries. So you need to do that top-up paper, and then they will recognize you. And for countries where you need to take up your license, we will help you, advise you what you need to do. So there's a global recognition of the paper qualification.
So now you've talked about, obviously this is all about uplifting professionalism and practice standards of your members,
yes,
and the industry as a whole.
Yes.
Now,
yes.
Can you walk us through what is the journey like for someone who decides they want to be a financial planner, and then they approach your association, and what is the journey like? What do they need to do in order to get certified and get these licenses from Securities Commission and Bank Negara? How long is that journey? What do they need to do?
It used to take about 2 years, but with pandemic, thank goodness, the silver lining to the pandemic, it it has helped us to automate everything and ongoing online. Now you can do it within 6 months. So what you need to do is 2 years, 3 years, 4 years back. Okay, 4 years back, what we did was from 6 modules and 240 hours, what we did was we actually harmonized it to 4 modules. So, and the 4 modules, if you have other qualifications like a CFA or you have a master's degree, we also give you a challenge status. So let's talk about the normal route. For someone who has a degree, a minimum is a degree, preferably in either economics or finance. When they come in, they will take the foundation in financial planning, and then after that, they will go on to take estate planning as well as protection or estate risk planning, right? Risk planning. And then the third module they take will be retirement and investment planning. And last but not least, it puts everything in together, how to construct a financial plan for a client. So that one is very important because when we look at a client, we look at their financial lives holistically rather than just one section or the other. And that was why I told you, Brian, we help clients to be able to manage their money better so that they can invest and achieve their financial goals.
Yeah, and that's very important because I think with financial literacy in Malaysia being at a relatively low level, according to surveys by Bank Negara and various other agencies, even among high income individuals, financial literate or high earning income individuals, highly educated individuals, lawyers, doctors, and so forth, financial literacy is actually fairly low in Malaysia. So what are you doing as an association to uplift that part of the equation?
We have a series of outreach programs. Annually, we work with the regulators, which is Securities Commission. We have this program, which is called FinPlan for You. It ties up with the World Financial Planning Day, which happens on every first Wednesday of each October. And we will run complimentary consultation programs with anyone who's interested to come in. But just to debunk that myth a little bit, Brian, 2 years back, we did a survey. We have about 1,000 respondents. They are younger people. They are aged between 25 to about 40. And out of the 1,000, at least 60% of people said that they actually understand financial planning. They are willing to pay fees to be able to engage the services of a financial planner.
Okay, so that's something that I want to talk to you about because there is a difference in the charge models because yes, financial planners play a very important role in helping individuals with wealth management, but there's fee-based charge models as well as commission-based financial advisory. Could you enlighten us further on that?
Very simple. There are some financial planners who came from a tight agency background, and in their clients who have invested a lot with them, then what they would do is they will give them a financial plan as part of the commission that they've paid. Then there are those who will not do any products. They will just do fee-based, means they only charge financial planning fees. But what we see in Malaysia and to a large extent in US as well is a hybrid, meaning that a portion will be planning fees, the other portion will be commission charges. But the commission charges, some of them, they may even give a rebate to the client because they are going on the fact that we've done this amount of work for you, this is what we will charge you for. So there is a difference. On top of that, that is for one time, your planning fee. However, you also have your review fee because no plan is cast in stone. You need to do a review yearly. So that one, we have a review fee that we will charge per year.
Linnet, what proportion of people in Malaysia adopt for fee-based versus commission-based?
Currently, we are looking at about 30% of people willing to pay fee only. And the rest, they are looking at probably a combination. Those who do commission, they are mostly those who are more familiar with a tight agency background. And those are the people who actually sell products.
Now, going back to the association, who are your key stakeholders with, in addition to Bank Negara and Securities Commission, and how do you collaborate with them?
Well, we besides the media, we also collaborate with government-linked agencies like PPA, the Private Pension Administrator. We also work with other associations, financial industry associations, the Federation of Investment Managers. We work with financial institutions. We have 40 over uh, financial institutions, which are unit trust companies, banks, um, trustees company, and we deal with boutique financial planning firms because we also groom people to become more better financial planners. We advise them how to adhere to professional standards. We have code of ethics. We also have best practices so that they will treat their clients and better, and they're able to put their clients first. They're more client centric.
And that's a very good thing, Linnet, because being client-centric is not something that, and I hate to say this, insurance agents or financial planners are always associated with, because that is, isn't it, the conflict of interest? If you are commission-based, you would tend to, the conventional wisdom is you are pushing products that probably earn you the highest commission. What do you do as an association in order to instill ethics and good practices among your members?
Well, Brian, once upon a time, I used to hold a license myself. One of the thing that I saw, which encourages me, and that's why I am where I am, is that when you take the time and to do a plan for your client, and you write their whole life story in a plan, and you explain to them how to get from A to B, the products will come in. You don't even have to sell anything because you know why? These products are here to solve the issues that a person has in their life. So I never had a problem selling products because I will tell my client, this is what you need to do. These are the products that will help you to be able to achieve what you want in your life so that your life will be better. So the products comes in. So you actually, financial planning is a fantastic way to start. And your clients will not just pick one or two products from you because they'll share their whole life story with you. They're not going to go tell that to another person. They'll come back to the person they trust most, and that's always the financial planner.
Now, Lina, what are the elements that must go into a comprehensive financial plan for a client?
Well, for starters, we need to look at a person's budget and the way they manage money, money management. The next thing we look at after you are able to manage the money, the next important thing is protection. You need to make sure that yourself, your family, and your assets are all well covered. Be it whether you buy a product like insurance or you even have enough money to self-insure yourself. Because we do have families who are rich enough, they're able to use their own money to self-insure, but they must also know how to do it. And then the next thing after that, we also need to look at what goals they have in life. Um, Rich families may say they want to be able to pass the money down to the next few generation. They may also want to look at business continuity. So these are things that they need to look at. So investment will be something that we want to help people to look at because you're able to reach your financial goals faster than if you put your money in FD or under the mattress. Then after that, when it's time to hand over the baton of your business to someone else, you need to know who to send it to. Who are the people who are capable to manage your business? So these are as part of estate planning and business continuity that you want to look at. And also, when it's time for us to go, we want to make sure the money goes to the right people at the right time in the right amount. So there you go. This is what financial planning is all about. It's about the client.
And Lynette, you said that you used to do this before. Could you walk us through an example of perhaps a high net worth individual that you have actually helped before, and what sort of advice you gave them?
So I have this client, young fellow, made a lot of money, but he still wanted to have his personal finances in place because he's got business overseas. And he wanted to know what is the tax implication, what should they do if they want to sell the business, and then also how to manage the business that he received from the sales of his business, so that he can manage things better and start another business. So what we did was we had to work with people because the shares that he had was in US. We had to work with financial planners in US. We don't do everything alone. We sometimes need to work with other professionals as well, tax consultants, even those, if you want to migrate overseas, who are the agencies who will help people to migrate. We even work with banks because people want to open their account in foreign countries, So these are the things that we do. And it's very interesting, actually. When I retire, I'm going to take my license and go back to financial planning.
Now, okay, obviously, financial planners play a very, very important role to help individuals with their planning. But you've got this onset now of digital financial services platforms. Now, you've got platforms like everything from Stashaway to Rakuten to Firelight. How have these alternative channels of delivery impacted the traditional advisory model?
And if you ask me, I would say it's godsend. We have this conversation on a global basis where we go for our global meetings. And we say, my God, those days, I still remember we used financial calculators to calculate crunch numbers for our client. Can you imagine how tedious that is? And then you have to cross-check. But with the advent of all this, wow. Can you imagine, Brian, if my client is somebody who's tax savvy, I don't even have to get a reminder to get him to invest his shares. He can do it, use his handphone, and he can start doing it already. And all he needs to do is let me know what shares that he's bought. Then what I can do is I can check what are the market price of the shares now. Then I can more or less tell him, okay, this is how much your asset is worth at this point in time. How far is it from your goals that you want? And are we on the right track? When the pandemic happens, and I would like to share this story with you. When the pandemic happens, people who did a financial plan 2-3 years ago with our planners, they felt at ease. They are not worried that they will run out of money because the plan has already allotted for if things were to go south, they have emergency funds. And if they lose a job, what they're going to do. So when you have an idea what to do when you hit such circumstances, you don't worry. So we want more Malaysians to have that freedom, that empowerment, so that they will be able to live a better life.
And so this is all about also having a plan, but also contingencies built into the plan.
Exactly. And that's what financial planners does. So coming back to technology is godsend because what it does is it helps the financial planner to crunch figures faster, able to see more clients and have the more high touch what you want to do. Because when you do a plan for a person, it's about their life. It's very emotional. We can sit down and walk them. Some licensed financial planners, they know more about their clients than the spouses. Would you believe that?
I'm not surprised. Now, coming back to you from a macro level, as the CEO of the Financial Planning Association of Malaysia, given the pandemic last year and given the impact of technology, how have your strategies and objectives evolved for the association in 2021?
Well, we want to help our planners to be more tech savvy. We also want them to reach out more to fellow Malaysians so that we can help them. In fact, last year we did a whole series of financial consultation with them to help those who have financial difficulty, what they should do, what are the tips and ideas that they can do. We work very closely with the regulator. So we want to continue this story, and we will also continue to reach out to the public as and when we are given a platform. And also through the media, Brian, with you. And we are about to run a short a series of financial wellness workshop where we teach the public about their personal finances. We use videos. It's very interactive. This is actually, if you don't mind me mention, it's a joint venture with a BFM.
Okay.
And we have actually spearheaded another website, which is called smartfinance.my. If any of your audience are interested, please come to smartfinance.my. We have 50 over videos of 2 minutes each.
Okay.
They are short and easy and explain to you the basics of financial products. Because if you know the basic of financial products, and when someone comes and speak to you and they add the toys and whistles, you are able to identify. What we are most concerned is a lot of people are not sure what is the basic product. So when they are given something with all the toys and whistles, they can't tell the difference. So we want to have that knowledge. Smartfinance.my has it. And we also have a whole list of licensed financial planners. These are all fully certified and licensed. You can chat with them for free. And then only if you think you want to engage the services, then you can engage them.
No, that sounds like very good. I think I'm definitely going to check it out and take a look.
Please, you're welcome. We want to reach out, and this is technology. So from wherever, we even have people, Malaysians who are based in Australia, although they have financial planners, lots of them in Australia, but because they have been posted there for work and they intend to come back, they still chat with our financial planners in Malaysia. So this platform is technology. Answer to your question, God sent. You can reach out to someone, and also the planners will have so much freedom to spend counseling their clients rather than let the technology do all the crunching of numbers for them.
Now, Linnet, what is your personal wish in terms of the financial planning industry as a whole moving forward?
All right. If I have a magic wand and I can wave it, what I want to see moving forward, number one, I would like to see LHDN giving every Malaysian a tax break for engaging a financial planner. Why? Because as long as our citizens are able to manage their finances, it will ease off the burden on the government. Plus, if we want a high income community, we need them to be able to manage their money well, because earning a lot of money is one thing, but knowing how to save and invest this money and also protect yourself so that your money don't get lost through accidents, blah, 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 and whatnot, that would actually put them in a better position. And a country with financially stable citizens will also stabilize the economy of the country.
Yes.
That is what I want to see.
Now, Linnet, thank you very much for coming on the show, and thank you for your insights.
You're welcome, and thank you for having me on your show.
Now, we've been speaking to Linnet Lee. She's the CEO of the Financial Planning Association of Malaysia on BizTech's Personal Finance Show. I'm Brian Fernandez. Check out www.biztech.asia for business and technology conversations.